So Blackburn Rovers fans, you have spoken, that's right. Spoken on what? I'm talking about Duncan McGuire and the potential on pulling on the blue and white halves. What did they say? I'll tell you all about it next. Video today. We're going to take another look at, of course, the latest developments, of course, with Duncan McGuire. We're going to get into it, all of it, in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash the old subscribe, boys and girls. We are talking about this. That's right. Of course, the video of Duncan McGuire and his reaction, or not reaction, but his take on the circus that is Blackburn Rovers. So we're gonna play it. I'm gonna talk about it, and then of course we're gonna sort of divulge into it a little bit more detail. So if you haven't seen it, this is it. I'm gonna react to it live. Well, not live. I've seen it a couple of times, so I know what's coming. But for those who don't, let's give it a shot.
Would you be willing to go back to Blackburn after that whole fiasco, or has that bridge been burnt?
It's tough to say. I mean, it was a pretty bad mistake. Pretty bad mistake.
It wasn't just a pretty bad mistake. It was a fucking huge mistake, and it is an administrative error of ginormous proportions. That's the error here, and I'm going to be very open about my situation on this, despite the results of a poll that I put out. And we'll show the poll in a second. But it was a monumental, humongous, fucking disgraceful disaster from the admin staff, which could have been a monstrous signing for this, not only for the end of the season, but of course for the future. And of course, you know, in normal scenarios, lightning doesn't strike twice, but this is 2 winter transfers in a row, and we've humongously fucked up.
By them, I mean, I'd be open to maybe having a conversation, but it'd have to be like.
Now this is the whole point on this video, which has been, of course, tweaked with the sound effect of the money notion, and that has this little section of this clip, this little chunk here has riled Blackburn Rovers fans off to the hilt. And maybe we could explore that a little bit. You know, it is a tongue-in-cheek chat between 2 people on this side of the pond, or on this side of the pond. So let's just give the kid a little bit of slack with that. But you know, and when initially when you see him make this money sign, you're thinking, you know, is it a little bit over the top, a little bit. Not the character that we want to kind of have from a Blackburn Rovers player. So a little bit. I was also taken aback from that, and the sound effect of the cha-ching in the background really emphasizes that that sound effect and that notion, really. So not a good look for Duncan McGuire. But again, let's just take it from what it is. It's a chat between 2 young folks. You know, on a podcast. You know. At this moment in time, he is an Orlando City player, and that may be the case, and that may remain the case. And let's take into account the whole grand scheme of things. He's fucking put he made a trip out to England, and then within 24, 48 hours, he was back in Orlando after a complete disaster class. So the agreement, or whatever agreement which may have been. You know, come to the last time that these 2 parties spoke, I'm sure will have to be significantly different. But let's bear in mind the significance, or the amount that this kid is being paid at the moment. He's actually being paid on peanuts. So let's give that a bit of clarity as well.
It'd have to be a lot to get me to go back there. Playing right back, I just felt like, I don't know, I feel like my tail was like between my legs. I asked my agent, I'm like, how often does this happen? He's like, this doesn't happen.
And that's, you know, just put your head in this guy's shoes for a second. You know, it looks like you're going over to secure a deal to a championship club, a prestigious, traditional football club in England, one with a reputation. The reputation at the moment is not great. It's in the gutter, and we need to get that out of there. And of course, we can only do that by sticking together, coming together, and of course, making the right appointments for this club. And I can't do that. You can't do that. But we can let ourselves be heard, and hopefully hopefully some people in positions of power can hear our opinions and then make changes to suit this club, because we are in the gutter. We're a circus. We're a fiasco. This majorly hurt us, both in this kid's eyes, but the potential of any transfer's eyes. You know, how can we goof up such a monumental possibility for us? And I know the numbers that were banded around at the time were quite drastic, but yeah.
I just was like hoping that I didn't like burn bridges with like my teammates or have them be like, "Oh, you wanted to leave, now you're back." But then right when I got back, it was kind of like I never left.
So let's take a look at the moment in the video that really gets Rovers fans riled up. It is this clip right here, of course, showing his, you know, give me some money sort of thing. Where's the bloody money? Yes, and of course that can be taken into a very drastic bit of context. And of course not in a positive light for the kid in the end. But for me, let's just give the kid a little bit of slack here. Of course, he's having a tongue-in-cheek chat with an interviewer on a podcast, and of course he's just being, you know, it's a humongous fuck up by Rovers, and of course he hasn't done anything wrong. The guy has done nothing wrong here. And if you want to hold him to just doing that, I think that's a little bit ludicrous on our behalf. It's you know, he's been dicked around, and of course, you know, and he's been made to look a little bit of a tit, to be honest with you. He's made to look like a tit with his own teammates, the world. You know, even if I don't know, because I don't know where we are realistically. I don't know where our hopes are with signing this guy. But if we are, there's actual some desire to sign him up, and he actually somehow signs on the dotted line and becomes an actual Blackburn Rovers player, he will still have a little bit of a transition to shake off the fiasco that was this past January transfer window. So yeah, he does do a bit of this, and yeah, he does. It's not great. That's not a great picture for him. But let's give it you know, the benefit of the doubt here. So, and when you look at what this kid is making, there was actually a tweet online from an Orlando City supporter account or whatever, fan account. And the guy's getting paid 89 grand a year for Orlando City, you know, on an annual basis, and that is nowhere near the bigger boys. And there's some guys here making $5.5 million a year at Orlando City. He's nowhere near the top, of course, and he's very much one of the lowest paid players currently, Orlando City FC. And I'll get my calculator out. So if I get my calculator out, 90 grand. A year divided by 52 is $1,730 a week. Now, what is that into pounds? So that into pounds is 1,700 and what is it? 30 pounds. Dollars is 1,361 pounds a week. A week the kid's getting paid. Now, if we were to just stick another zero on that and give him $10,000 a week, then he's going to be laughing. He's going to be laughing. Oh yes, he'll be making this. And to be honest with you, that's nothing compared to the likes of what Sigurdsson is getting paid or Sam Gallagher's being paid. So, you know, yes, I would give you this. I'd give you some of this compared to what you're being paid right here, right now. But let's, of course, hope he you know, can accept that and willing to accept that, because really he is an unproven player. He's an unproven player. He played at the MLS, which, you know, the standard of the MLS is debatable. Some say barely, not even championship football, more like League One or League Two. So we don't know. He is an unproven person. But I think the sky is the limit with this guy. I do think he's got the capabilities to really become a top pro player. He's playing internationally, which of course hopefully will be emphasized at the Copa America this summer, where the United States are hosting, and they'll be playing up against the Argentinians, the Brazils of the world, and hopefully this kid is featured in there. However, so bear that in, all that in mind. That's that. The other thing right here, right now, because of this, the image, that is that the Rovers fans are not happy. They are not happy. I asked, I put a question out there, and I said, I know, despite the podcast and our disastrous attempts into transfer window in January, would you still want to see Duncan McGuire pull on a Rovers shirt? Now, you know, I've only given it, I don't know, 12 hours or something like that, but it is lopsided to the nose. So 53.6% of the Rovers voters, or the voters on my channel anyway, are saying no, whereas 46.4% are saying yes. So it is kind of split. But I think that a lot of fans are just turked off with that gesture because in the climate of today, you know, where everyone's struggling, you know, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. But for me, I'm going to put I'm all out there. All out. I'm at Ewood Park should be running on Duncan here. I'm all about Duncan McGuire. I think he will be a fantastic addition to this club. Yes, the fuck up that is Blackburn Rovers disaster class in January. Yes, that is a mess, a complete mess. This guy deserves to be playing at a better grade. I think we're a perfect fit. I think he come here and wow us. We are desperate for a wow man here, and this guy has kicked on from where he's left off last season. He's not let this shenanigans that is January disrupt his own professional career. Despite Orlando City's struggles, he has still chipped in with a good handful of goals already this campaign. This guy will be a breath of fresh air for Rovers. He'll come in here. Smodich will take him under his wing for the summer. Of course, get him mentally right, mentally focused, and of course kick on in the blue and white halves of Blackburn Rovers. I think it's a fucking fantastic opportunity if we can turn it around. Do I think Rovers will turn it around? I just don't know. They do have to they've got some asses to kiss, boys and girls. They've got some big asses to kiss if they're going to make this work. Do I think Rovers are capable of doing that? I just don't know. But if Duncan, if you're watching, please get in touch with me. Follow me on Twitter. Let's have a chat. You and I, let's talk about this, brother. I believe in you. I want you to pull on the mighty blue and white. Come on, I'm in Georgia. I'm just down the fucking road. Let's chat. Maybe even chat in person. I'd love to sit. I'd bring my gear. I'll bring my gear. You and I. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. Mano a mano, brother a brother. Let's talk it out, Duncan. I want you wearing the blue and white horse. Let me do the talking for Blackburn Rovers. Fuck them off. I'll do it. Come on then. Let's go, Duncan. Sign on the dotted line. I'll see you soon.